Scugog to take applications for appointment of next Ward 3 councillor. Dan Kearns, Local Journalism Initiative reporter for The Standard. Scugog. The Township of Scugog has decided to go with an application process to decide who the next Scugog Island representative on council will be. On Wednesday, June 30th, Scugog councillors voted to declare the Ward 3 council seat vacant and fill the vacancy through appointment with an open call for qualified applicants format. Council had to declare the vacancy after now former Ward 3 councillor Angus Ross resigned because he and his family moved out of the township. The township will accept applications from Monday, July 5th until Friday, July 23rd, from those interested in holding the role. Those who are interested will have to provide an application for appointment form, a $100 administrative fee, identification which proves they live in or own land in Scugog, and a 2-page letter explaining why they are the best candidate for the role. However, while it is not required for the applicant to be a resident of Scugog Island, just a resident of the township, some councillors noted Scugog Island residency could give an applicant a leg up in this process. I think the island has very unique attributes. I feel they're a very strong group of individuals who are looking for representation from someone who understands what it is like to live on the island, Ward 2 councillor Janet Guido opined. Ward 1 councillor Ian McDougall questioned if being a Scugog Island resident could be an elevated factor as part of the eligibility criteria. Through the recommendation of option 1, staff would not recommend any stipulations be put in place with respect to individuals having to live within Ward 3. However, that certainly can be part of Council's decision or discussion during the August special council meeting as to who they feel is the best candidate, Clerk Becky Jamieson responded. The township will hold 2 virtual open houses, Thursday, July 8th at 6:30 p.m. and Wednesday, July 14th at 2 p.m. for people who want to learn more about the position and the appointment process. A special council meeting will be held on Monday, August 9th to select the next Scugog Island councillor. A report from Ms. Jamieson states the appointed individual will serve in the role for 14 months before the 2022 municipal election.
Kawartha Lakes looks to honor those who lost their lives at residential schools. Dan Kearns, Local Journalism Initiative reporter for The Standard, Kawartha Lakes. The city of Kawartha Lakes is expressing sorrow following further findings of mass or unmarked graves at or near former residential school sites. At the start of a council meeting on Tuesday, June 29th, Mayor Andy Letham had a pair of children's shoes in front of him on the council chamber's desk. Mayor Letham explained they were to remind us of 751 lives, many of them children, who never came home from their residential school in Saskatchewan. On Thursday, June 24th, the Kawartha First Nation announced the finding of 751 unmarked graves near a former residential school. This is in addition to the 215 unmarked graves in Kamloops. We pause to reflect on this tremendous loss. On behalf of Council and the entire municipality, we offer our deepest condolences to the families of those whose remains were found in Saskatchewan. We offer heartfelt sympathy to the Kawartha First Nation and our neighboring First Nation communities, Curve Lake First Nation, Hiawatha First Nation, and Mississaugas of Scugog Island First Nation, Mayor Letham added. The Kawartha Lakes Mayor also added a message for all Canadians. As Canadians, this is our time to educate ourselves, take action, and raise awareness of the tragic history which has unfolded from within the residential school system and its lasting effects on so many lives today. As a municipality, we will continue to acknowledge these atrocities and address the need for reconciliation with action.
Province providing funding for local municipal modernization projects. Dan Kearns, Local Journalism Initiative reporter for The Standard. Kawartha Lakes, Brock. The Ontario provincial government is supporting a few service delivery projects in Kawartha Lakes and Brock Township. On Wednesday, June 30th, MPP Laurie Scott announced $458,750 in funding towards 4 projects in Brock Township, City of Kawartha Lakes, and the Township of Cavan-Monaghan. The funding is coming from the province's Municipal Modernization Program. COVID-19 has demonstrated the need to modernize the important programs and services municipalities provide, MPP Scott explained in a press release. Not only will these projects help ensure community members will benefit from innovative and streamlined solutions, but they will also save taxpayers' dollars. One of the projects receiving funding is the City of Kawartha Lakes Fire Department Service Delivery Review. Kawartha Lakes Fire Service operates over an extensive geographic area with 20 stations. We employ approximately 350 staff, the majority of which are volunteer firefighters. Given the significant size of the service and ongoing budgetary pressures associated with maintaining equipment and facilities, we will use the funding for a third-party review of the fire service budgets. We thank the province and our local MPP, Laurie Scott, for their commitment to assist municipalities to modernize services to continue meeting the needs of our community, Kawartha Lakes Mayor Andy Letham said in a statement. The Township of Brock has two major projects being supported with this funding: their corporate IT strategic planning and the Digital Modernization Implementation Project. Their corporate IT strategic plan and the Digital Modernization Implementation Project. Their corporate IT strategic plan and the Digital Modernization Implementation Project. This funding will help the Township of Brock modernize service delivery and better assist local residents, Brock Mayor John Grant said in a statement. Thank you to the provincial government for providing this funding, which will allow us to reallocate funding to other areas of need. 25th Annual Gardens of Uxbridge Tour. Courtney McClure for The Standard. Uxbridge. The Gardens of Uxbridge Tour is on Saturday, July 10, 2021. This tour features 8 local private gardens. Residents will be showcasing garden creations for that day only. Local artisans and artists will also be featured in the selected gardens and their artwork displayed for sale. This event is produced in partnership with the Lucy Maud Montgomery Society of Ontario. The Lucy Maud Montgomery National Historic Site and Garden is near Leaksdale, Ontario. The first stop on the tour will be Elgin Park in Uxbridge, located at 180 Main Street South. The welcome and information kiosk will be located there. You can drive in and present an attendant with your digital ticket and name, and they will give you a tour passport, a driving map, garden location, and a suggested route to each garden. The tour will be a self-driving tour to navigate the gardens and starts at 5 p.m. Food and drinks aren't allowed on the garden properties, but Uxbridge offers many dining options and coffee shops. Picnics are limited to public parks and aren't allowed on private property or any of the included tour gardens and other tour sites. Children on the tour must be supervised at all times, and those over the age of 12 need a ticket. Pets are not allowed on the tour. Tickets are on sale now. A limited number are available on the morning of the event, and they are $27 each. Both cash and credit are accepted. You can buy a ticket online at the Gardens of Uxbridge website, gardensofuxbridge.org. The check-in process has been changed from that of the previous years. The ticket purchased online will also be your receipt, so organizers ask people to bring their online tickets with them to the event. Abiding by this helps provide a contactless check-in process, and the organizers will electronically verify your ticket. During the garden tour, COVID-19 restrictions will be in place along with COVID-19 protocols as well. All attendees must wear a mask and maintain a 6-foot distance between people around them. People are also asked not to smoke during their time on the tour. This includes the parking areas. If you have any questions about the event, please get in touch with the organizer by email at info@gardensofuxbridge.org. info@gardensofuxbridge.org. Interested attendants are asked to check out the website for more information and to see frequently asked questions for the respective answers. Vaccination rates starting to slow in HKPR Health Unit area. Dan Kearns, Local Journalism Initiative reporter for The Standard. Kawartha Lakes. while the Halliburton Kawartha Pine Ridge District Health HKPR unit has made progress over the last few months with the COVID-19 vaccine rollout, they still see room for improvement. We have started to notice our numbers for first-dose vaccinations have started to level off a little bit. HKPR Medical Officer of Health Dr. Natalie Bocking told reporters on Wednesday, June 30th. She later added the health unit would like to see that number of people who have received their first dose as high as possible. The health unit expects to see lower numbers of Pfizer vaccine shipments coming to HKPR than the 9,300 doses of weeks past. For the first 2 weeks of July, we are receiving slightly less Pfizer vaccines. So, next week, there will be approximately 3,500 doses, and then the week following, approximately 4,600 doses of Pfizer, Dr. Bocking explained. However, she added the health unit continues to receive a large supply of Moderna vaccines. With the province recently moving into Step 2 of the reopening framework, Dr. Bocking discussed whether the province would accelerate the move into Step 3. I think the medical officers of health across the province are really encouraging the policy decision makers to be cautious in our continued reopening, and the continued hope this is a forward progression, that we won't have to take a step back. We know we do have a period of time to monitor what the impact is of reopening, to determine whether or not we will see a resurgence in virus activity. With Delta variants being more infectious than some of the other variants, I think we especially want to be cautious to make sure we are not having to take a step back, she explained.
The Standard Podcast was produced by Greenstream Studio for the Standard newspaper.